Hi guys, this is Elena, and I'm going to be doing the problem on regression on mother-daughter heights. So here in this problem, we're given a table with some information about the mother and daughter heights, as well as a correlation coefficient, and we're asked to predict the height of a daughter whose mother is some given height. So what we first want to do is we want to start building a equation or a linear regression model to help us find the height of the daughter. So with these problems, we want to start off with that equation, and it's this: y equals b0 plus b1 times x. And we want to fill in the information in this equation to eventually find y, which is our daughter height that we want to find. So b0 in this situation will be the y-intercept, and b1 is the slope. And so now we can just solve for one of them. So let's solve for the slope first. We have an equation that we use to find the slope, which is r times the standard deviation of y over the standard deviation of x. And in this problem, we're given the correlation coefficient, which is 0.78. And then now for filling in the standard deviation equation, we want to think about what is the y variable and what's the x variable. Here we're trying to predict the height of the daughter, so that would be the y variable. So now I can look up at my table and I see that the standard deviation of y is 2.3, and then the standard deviation of x is 2.4. And now I'll get out my calculator and do the calculations. And that leads us to a slope of 0.7475. Now we can also solve for the y-intercept, and we have an equation, which is basically this one, but just all the variables are moved around, so we're actually solving for b0. And that would be the average of y minus the slope times the average of x. And with the average numbers, we're given that in our table, so I can just use those. And remember, y in this situation would be everything related to the daughter, since that's what we're trying to predict. So that would be 67 minus, and then our slope that we just found, times the mother's average height. And get a calculation again. And we get 22.8975. Now we have found B0 and B1, and we have all of the things we need to solve the problem now. So I'm going to write out the equation again with everything that we've figured out. Y-intercept. We have the slope, and then times x. And if we look up in the problem, the mother is 51, but with any other variation of the equation, it's the exact same process. You just insert a different value for x. So now 51, and then do the calculations. And I get 61.2. And this is our final answer, and this is the height of the daughter whose mother is 51 inches tall. And now if we go to the problem and insert the answer that we got, we get the right answer.